my undefeated gang. Welcome again to another episode of Broken But Not Defeated. My name is Judy M, and if you're seeing me for the first time, welcome. We are undefeated in this family, and if you've been here, thank you so much for showing me love, support, and encouraging me to do more work, because I always say that it's just about that one life that you are able to transform. So yeah, I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and yeah, so guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's talk about these things. On today's episode, I want to talk about black text, depression, and what happened to you. Those are the three main things I want to talk about. We go through situations where we sometimes feel like I don't know how to even put this in words, like where you feel like you have to empty yourself so that everyone else is okay around you, especially your family. As a black person who was born and raised in South Africa, I lived at an era where apartheid was just ending, I was born in an era where apartheid was starting to end, and with that, I started going to school and finished school in this millennial era. But what I want to talk about is the effects of apartheid and what they did to us as black people of South Africa. We may have not been physically and actively affected by apartheid system, but we are faced with the aftermath of what apartheid did to us, to our parents, and to our communities. And this is a very difficult topic because I feel like we are put in a situation where we have to make up for those that did not make it before us. Our parents did not have the opportunity to go to school the same way that we did. Our parents did not have the opportunity to have a better life like we are trying to have right now. And the first thing that you are expected to do as a black child after completing your degree and obtaining a job is to go back home and start helping your family and help them with the things they were not able to do. Some people are building their families' homes because they were never afforded the opportunity to be raised in proper households, like proper houses. Some people go back to renovate the houses their parents had tried to build. Some people are going back to school the kids that are coming after them, the kids that their parents could not take to school, that some people are the ones that are now responsible for performing and contributing towards family livelihoods, groceries, and when there are ceremonies at home, they are the ones paying for everything. When there are funerals at home, they are the ones buying the caskets, the cows, the whatever that us black people use for our ceremonies. So it's a lot to take in. And I remember I had a conversation with one of my colleagues and the advisory family that I have at work, as we were talking, because my colleagues are from different parts of the world. Some are from Africa and some are like from the UK, the US, and whatever. So I was talking to them about the pressure and how difficult it is to be living a successful life in this era that I'm living in, because in this era, even if you are doing well at work, you won't be able to match up to what your peers in other nations and other countries are doing, because of how much you have to deal with. You deal with taking care of your family, you deal with whatever you deal with, starting from where your parents have ended, the things that your parents could not do, and it's so draining. You find yourself way behind with what you should have done for yourself that other people are obtaining, especially those that are not the same race as you. As in a country like ours, we have a lot of white people that are our age, but they are doing way better than us, even if you are more educated than them, because with them they had incurred the generational wealth that was left to them. Some of them don't even have to go, even most of them don't even have to go back and help their parents because their parents are set. While some of us, and most of us that are black, that are from black communities and that have made it to the hierarchy of educated people, we have to always go back and bring about those people we have left behind, help them and sustain our lives, sustain them and help them through life, because you cannot have a luxurious life while your family is suffering, while everyone that sacrificed for you to be where you are today is suffering while you are having a luxurious life. You can't drive a luxurious car or stay in a luxurious home or live a luxurious lifestyle when your mother, your father is starving at home, while your siblings are struggling to pay their fees, while everyone at home is like passing on and there's nobody to bury them. It's difficult. It's emotionally, physically, psychologically, and whatever way draining. You just push through life to see that you are okay and everybody else is okay. This thing does not balance. It's not balanced because other people don't even have to go through that. But what can you say? A couple of months back, I went to an event that was hosted by Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls here in South Africa. I went with my colleagues, and when I sat there, I listened to what Miss Oprah was saying about how we should never ask people what's wrong with you, but we should ask them what happened to you. This is one of her books that she has written with some doctor, I forgot his name, but she was emphasizing on asking people what happened to you instead of what is wrong with you, because it does not necessarily mean that when I have issues there's something wrong with me. It sometimes means that something happened to me. I'm going to play a short clip where you will see what Oprah, the little snippets of what Oprah was saying on that day about this, and I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
I just wanted to say that your being here today is an inspiration for me and for all of us who have worked so hard, not only within ME, but everything we've done for the past 15 years for the girls. And what I do know for sure is that everything that you all just revealed to us that resonated with you begins with you. And if you take the message that has been offered here today and start first with yourself. This is my dream for everybody in this room. Start with yourself. Because I can share this. I feel like I am one of the richest people in the world, not because of the money that I have, not because of the wealth that I have accrued over the years from the work that I've done, but because of the peace and contentment that abides with me, because I have done the work. I have done the work to make myself whole and to meet the rising of my life. And every one of you has your own rising. And sometimes it gets ahead of you and sometimes it feels below you, but every one of us has come to the planet to align ourselves with the rising in our own lives and to use our personalities to serve the soul. Every one of us has come here to do exactly that, to align the energy of your personality with the energy of your soul and to lift yourself to the rising of your life. And you begin to do that by doing the real work and asking that question, what happened to me? What happened to me? Why do I just all of a sudden get angry? Why is it that I can't maintain relationships? Why is it that certain things trigger me and I'm off on a tangent? Why is it that I, sabotage myself? Why? Why do I keep making the same mistake and it shows up wearing a different pair of pants or a skirt? Why? So the work of your life begins, as Kate and Google were saying, it begins with you first reading that book yourself, if you haven't already, and really starting the process of figuring out why you are you. Your own identity matters the most to you, and how you use that in service to your organization, in service to the world, but first in service to yourself. You were born to honor the rising, to honor the calling for yourself. And so your being here today is the beginning of that. The fact that you showed up and you stayed means that you were interested enough, you heard something that resonated deeply enough, that touched you enough, that you want more. And this is what I can guarantee you. When you want more, you get more, because the rising meets you exactly where you are. It meets you exactly where you are. And everybody in this room, if you're born in this country, you lived through apartheid, you were born after apartheid, you have come through some trauma. You have come through some trauma. You have built strength on top of strength, on top of strength, on top of strength, on top of strength, and now you have power. So take that power, take the power that you have turned from pain and struggle and strife, and made yourself not just rise, but you're still here. No matter what you've been through, you're still here. And what I know is that because you are here, and because you have concern, you came here because you were wondering, what can we do in our organization to help the children? Help yourself, then help the children. Heal yourself, work on your healing. Do what you need to do to heal yourself, to make yourself whole. That is your real work. Everybody got a job, but your real work is to heal thyself. And then your cup runneth over with healing. You have enough healing to offer the rest of the world. So heal thyself and then begin to heal others. Heal your family. Heal your children. Heal your relationships with people on your job. So that when people see you, they say, here comes the healing woman. So they can see the rising in you. So they can see your light. So that they can know that you're not just a person who's walking around, as Maya used to say, baby, don't just grow up to be an aging female. You You want to be a real woman, a real man, who has learned from your mistakes, taken from those mistakes, and grown to be the exceptional human that meets the rising in your life. So thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your story with us and taking that story out into the world and sharing it with others.
From the clip that I just played, right? Miss Oprah was actually emphasizing on the trauma that we South Africans live by. We are traumatized, we are heavily traumatized from the systems that we lived or we are living the aftermath of, you know. So one of my colleagues, when I was talking about how unfair it is and how unbalanced life is when it comes to us who are faced with these challenges from our families as opposed to others that don't even have to go through what we go through, she gifted me with a book and I started reading it. This is the book. It's called Love Leadership. It says it's a book written by John Hope Bryant. It says Love Leadership, the new way to lead in a fear-based world. And she said the reason she gave me this book is because she wanted me to understand that sometimes leading and making a difference from love could make things even better and could make you feel better about the trauma that you have to go through, the pressure that you have to go through, the depression that you have to go through in doing all these things. If you put love as the center of all these things that you are doing, then it will be so much fulfilling and fruitful. And as I'm going back to Oprah's message, I want to encourage each and every one of you to not only look at yourself in the transformation, but also pulling over those that are looking up to you. It's difficult, it's draining, it's depressing, but God would not have put you in that position if He did not trust in your ability to do it. Just don't be selfish enough to only look after yourself when God has granted you the opportunity to do it better than the last generation. Pull through everyone else that is looking up to you so that they can also pull through everyone else. And then it becomes a cycle of people that are pulling each other up. You may be exhausted, but you only have to draw from God that strength to keep you going. And then you will see that when you pull others over, others will pull others will pull others. That family member will pull another family member. That family member will pull another family member. And then we will get to a point where all the generational curses are broken, all the chains that were poverty stricken and poverty identified are cut and broken. I want to encourage you today to be a cathedral builder. I'm wearing this. It's called a Cathedral Builder. It's an all staff 2023 t-shirt that we had designed at work. I had foreseen the production of this t-shirt and whatever, and the theme was Cathedral Builder, meaning that if you go to Milan in Italy, the cathedral, the most famous cathedral, it took over 300 years, if I'm not mistaken, to build. But the most important thing about this cathedral and the story behind the building is that the people that had started building it did not see it to the end. They did not see it to the end. So they built and left the work to others, and they died. Others kept it going. They built, and those other ones also handed over the baton to others, and those other ones handed over to others and to others and to others. So the architects that started the project did not see it to the end, but the last architect, if I'm not mistaken, it was the head builder or whatever, was the 8th one that saw it to the end. And what I'm trying to say with this, I may not have I may not remember the right stats, but I think it's the 8th one. But what I'm trying to say is that they handed over the baton because they took the plan from the first ones and took it to the next one and the next one and the last one who saw it to the finish. Right? As a cathedral builder, you need to be willing. You need to be willing to sacrifice yourself so that the mandate is achieved. The main goal is achieved. You hand over to the next one and the next one and the next one, even in your tiredness, even in your discouragement, even in your depression, even in your, I don't know, even when you feel like you are exhausted, even in your exhaustion, you need to remember the mandate. Be the cathedral builder. Be the cathedral builder. If it takes 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years for you to achieve the main goal and the purpose, see it through that. You hand over, you pull through others that are going to pull others that are going to pull others until we get to achieve what is the goal, so that the vision is achieved. I want to encourage you to even in your tiredness, even in your exhaustion, to remember that God will never leave nor forsake you. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. This life thing is so difficult that sometimes you ask yourself, how is it that it's so hard for me when it's so easy for others? But I'm telling you today that each and every one of us is fighting their own demons and battles. But because the demons are not greater than the God in us, we are soldiering through, we are getting through with it. So do yourself a favor and trust in that God, that voice inside of you that says you can do this, you can do this. Instead of asking people what's wrong with you, sit down with them and ask them what happened to you, because we are traumatized. We are living in traumas that are affecting our everyday life, and it's not easy for everyone. What is eating you up, what you are going through, is not what the next person is going through, but your story can be able to help the next person who is going through something that did not seem like something they can get over. Be that vessel of hope for someone. Build in the foundation which is Christ. Build. And with this said, I hope that you stay blessed, and yeah, you remember who you are in Christ. Bye bye.